In Insurgency Sandstorm, it's the little things that are important. The game does not give you a minimap with red dots, even a compass with small red diamonds on them. No, you're gonna have to find enemies yourself. You're gonna have to scan the terrain, look for movement, and every little thing starts to become a lot more important. You see, when it came to Modern Warfare removing the Call of Duty classic minimap standard, I was at first very disappointed in that. But now, going back to Modern Warfare instead of playing Cold War, I do find my eyes less glued on the minimap and more glued on my surroundings, and I think my gameplay actually improves because of it. Yes, I glance up to the minimap and the compass still, but for the most part, I'm using my eyes more than my equipment. But games like Insurgency Sandstorm take this to the next level. In Sandstorm, every plume of smoke, every muzzle flash, gunshot, or character scream is very important, and not paying attention to it could mean you die very quickly in the next couple of seconds. The sound of a bullet whizzing past you and breaking on the wall behind you, those are things that you should be listening for at all times. Sandstorm doesn't require the best aim in the industry. You can kit a weapon for low recoil and pop people with fully automatic fire once, and they'll drop to the ground if you hit them right. Because of the very fast time to kill, much like in real life, luck can be a factor in your kills. More so than good aim and twitch reflexes, you're going to need to just be aware, and whether that means having a sharp monitor, good headphones, or just making do with what you have better than other people, those things could be the difference between a win and a loss. I love games like Battlefield, Call of Duty, and Halo, but there is something about Insurgency's simplicity that I actually prefer in a lot of cases. The simplicity directs my eyes to the map, making the map the most interesting aspect of the game. The place I'm playing is the most interesting aspect because if I don't pay attention to it, not only will I not survive, I won't thrive, and those are two things you want to do in any FPS multiplayer shooter, right? Even simple clusterfucky games of domination in Insurgency Sandstorm engages me in a way that other games don't. Despite the spawns being terrible and tactics almost entirely going out the window and being traded for Twitch reactions, I'm okay with it, because, again, it's engaging me on a level other games don't. When I talk about my pillars of FPS design, one of them is experience. The experience pillar contains things like variety, fidelity, and perception. Because the maps in Insurgency are varied and all play very differently, and the fidelity is top-notch in terms of weapon details, gunshot sounds, and the overall immersion, perception is the next aspect of this. How much does the game require you to pay attention? Insurgency Sandstorm, while requiring gun skill, is not a game of gun skill. While having some progression is not a game about progression. It's not about being the biggest game either, with 100-player matches and vehicles and destruction. It's not really about that. In Insurgency Sandstorm, it's the little things that are important. Somebody's helmet poking up above a wall, somebody's foot hanging out around a corner, a door being closed that should be opened or vice versa, a grenade going off in a room, a muzzle flash in the distance, little bits of movement, every little sound, that's important. A good aggressive Insurgency player is paying attention to all of this all of the time. I get kills in Insurgency sometimes because somebody will poke their barrel out from a window and I can see it from the side and I can shoot them through the wall. When a game doesn't really show you anything, you have to look for everything. You don't survive grenades because of a grenade indicator on your screen, you survive grenades because you hear somebody cook a grenade outside your building and you run as far away as possible. How you customize your weapon and character is also very important. What attachments you put on will affect the weapon's handling and speed, and what you put on your character will affect your overall character's weight. So while the customization options are pretty damn expansive, they can't be utilized without thought. Because of the created class systems we see in games like Black Ops Cold War and Modern Warfare, you can tell that the developers don't want you to worry too much about what you can and can't carry or the abilities you can and can't have. Sandstorm's weight system makes you cautious of what you have equipped and makes you think about whether or not you need to bring it in the first place. Sandstorm is not about goals and delayed gratification and progression, at least it isn't for me. It's all about the experience, the fidelity, the variety, the perception. It's all about the methods of success. How many ways can you attack an objective? How many ways can you kit out your gun? And what are the little things you pay attention to in order to gain some level of success? When you're in the middle of a match, the game demands your attention for all the reasons I just mentioned. I'm not one of those guys that thinks that this game's awesome and other games like Call of Duty are for little kids. Every shooter fills a role and has an audience for a reason, and I'm not always in the mood for Insurgency Sandstorm, but when I am, it's because of the little things. Thank you guys for watching this short video. Insurgency Sandstorm is on sale right now. I encourage you all to go pick it up. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.